Okay, okay, okay. Let me explain again. So I want to verify whether this particular course with the particular value of duration is displayed inside this course table, inside this courses offered table. How we should verify this? We are not here specifying any row number. So what we have to do? We have to verify first row. What is the first row? Is it QTP tool displayed in the first column? If it is not the QTP tool in the first column, then go to second row. Again check that what is the value of the first column in the second row. Is it QTP tool? In case if it is also not a QTP tool, then verify next row. Like that, I want to verify the first column value in each row. Once the first column value is matching with the QTP tool, then I want to verify second column value with expected duration value, that is 6 hours. If these two verifications are passed, then I want to display pass status. Suppose this QTP tool is not matching with any of these values in this first column, then what does that means? The QTP tool course is not displayed in this table. So with the failed status, that we have to report. Suppose QTP tool row is found, that means in the first column QTP tool is displayed, but the duration is not matching. Then what we should say? Still status is fail. Are you clear? So like this we have to verify all the rows in this table one by one. How we are doing that? How we are automating that? See, first step what we are doing here, get all rows in this table from the table. How we are getting all row elements from this table? By using find elements method using XPath. That means we are getting all tr elements with the same XPath using find elements method into list variable rows. Rows is a variable of type list. So into this rows list we are getting all tr elements. That means all the rows into this variable we are getting. Once we get all the rows, we have to navigate through all the rows one by one. Is it right? So there are two ways to navigate through list items. One is by using for loop. We can use for loop. We have used for loop in the last session where we used the for loop in the last time. In the last session. Yeah, look at that here like this. For web element item in the items list. This is one way to navigate through a list of items. See here, items is a list. See that here, items is a list. So this items variable, list variable contains multiple web elements. So I want to navigate through all the web elements in that list one by one. Then how we did that one? By using for loop. For each web element ITM in items list. That is the meaning of this for loop. So that is one way. And here I am using second option. How we can repeat, how we can navigate through list elements. See here I'm using iterator class. Iterator class. That means for a list item, there is one iterator class available for list element. So I am getting for this list element, for this list variable, I am getting iterator, this list iterator. See rows dot iterator. Rows is nothing but list, and for this list I am getting iterator object. Iterator means it is a class, it is an object that we can use, that can be used to iterate through the list items. That means to navigate through the list items, we can use iterator object. Instead of using for loop, we can use iterator object to navigate through all the elements in the list. So that is what now I'm using here, iterator. I defined here iterator variable row iterator. So into this variable I'm getting this rows list iterator object, rows dot iterator object. I'm getting that object here. So using this row iterator object, see that here, we are checking that while row iterator dot has next. That means in that list there is an element, there is a next element. If there is a next element in the list, then I want to continue this loop. Understand? Once this iterator reaches end of the list, then there is no more element in that list. In that case, this row iterator has next method returns false value. See that here. Dot has next. What is the value it returns? It returns boolean value. That means true or false. When this has next returns of true value, if there is a next element in the list, then it returns a true value. If there is no more element in the list, then it returns false value. See, by default, the cursor will be before the first element, in the list. So if there is at least one element in the list, then this row iterator dot has next returns a true value because there is one element in the list. So we can go to that element. So are you clear now? Has next iterator dot has next, it returns true or false. If there is no more element in the list, it returns false. If there is next element available, then it returns a true. That condition.
Even one element, even even if it has only one element, also it will be true, right, sir?
Yeah, first time it will be true. Second time it will be false.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. So that is the condition here. So this condition, what it checks? Check there is a next element in the list. That is what it verifies. Okay, here see I define one boolean variable b row found. So let us see here we are trying to find a row with this course name inside the table. So initially I assigned this b row found variable value as false. Okay, default value I set as false for this variable. Next come. Now by using this iterator, we are getting the next element in the list. Using this row iterator object, we are getting here the next element in the list. How we are getting the next element? Row iterator dot next. So it returns the next element in the list into this web element variable row. Are you clear? We are getting the next row in the table. That is what we are doing here. So from this row, inside this row, how many columns are there? There are two columns. Say there are two columns inside this row. Are you clear? So we are getting here all the columns from this row. Inside this row, I want to get all the columns. So row dot find elements by tag name td. See, for all the tags, for all the columns, what is the tag name? HTML tag name. TD is the tag name for all the columns inside the row. So here we are using TD tag. Inside TR, TD tags will be defined as a columns. So from this particular current row, I want to get all the columns. So this is the statement. So this statement returns get all columns from the current row. Are you clear? So from this row, get all the column elements into another list, columns list, into columns list.
What is that web element? What is that web element within brackets, sir? Within open brackets.
List of web
That
elements. List of web elements.
Not this one, sir. Web element row equal to web element within bracket. Yes.
What is this one? It is called casting.
Actually, the row.
Type casting.
Oh, okay.
Type casting. So this row dot next returns object type variable, generic object variable. That generic object we are converting that into web element type. Are you clear? See that. Dot next. See it returns next statement returns object variable, object type. Okay.
Okay.
This object type is not a web element. Web element type is different. Object type is different. Object is a something generic type, generic class object. So we are converting this generic object into web element class, web element type. Are you clear?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. It is a type casting, converting one type data to another type. Since this row dot next method returns object type, we are converting that into web element type. That's what we are doing here. Okay.
Okay.
So now here we're getting all columns from that current row. Once we get the all columns, and here I'm getting first column value, get first column value. Are you clear? And here I'm getting second column value, get second column value. Are you clear? See how I'm getting the first column
Uh,
value from this list? See, inside this list there are two columns. Is it right? I want to get first column value. So columns is a list of columns. So by using this from this column, from this list column, I'm getting the first column, get of 0. It is index number. It is a list of columns. So from that list of columns, I want to get first column. So index number I'm using dot get of 0. So it returns first column. So from this first column, get text. Similarly, second column, get second column and get text. So we are getting first column and second column values, and then we are comparing first column value with expected value, and if it is same, then I'm setting this here row is found equal to true, and then I'm checking here second column value with expected value. If it is pass, then we are displaying pass status. If it is not, if it is not matching, we are written displaying fail status. Suppose here, what is that? Yeah, whenever row is found, then we are breaking it. That means we are stopping this loop execution. Suppose if row is not matching, then again this while loop will be continued for the next row. Like that, this while loop will be running for every row in the table. Once all the rows are executed, then we are coming to if condition. If still, if this b row is equal to false, what does that means? First column value is not matching. Whenever first column value is matching, we are setting here b row found variable equal to true. That means the row is found in the table. Suppose if this row is not found, this statement will not be executed. So by default, b row found value was set as false. If this value is still false, what does that means? This column is not found. This course name is not found in the table. So that message should be displayed. So this is how we have defined this logic to verify, to search the table for specific value. Understand how we define this logic? I've been
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Carry on. If condition only, okay, we have to look, sir, once again.
you
Okay,
know,
you carry on, sir. Tomorrow.
no, see, man, this if condition, this is the first column. First, we are comparing the first column value with expected course name. Is it right? If it is
Uh,
matching, then we
okay.
have to verify duration value. If the column name is matching, then only we have to verify the duration value. Is it right?
Yeah.
See here, if
Okay.
this
Okay.
column name is matching, then I want to verify
Yeah.
duration. If the column name is not matching, then what
Hmm.
I want to do? This if condition will be failed, correct? So it won't come inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it will go directly next to loop,
Correct.
next to row. Here, we are going
Correct.
to directly next row. Again repeat. Again in the next row, if this first column value is matching, then verify second column value. If both are matching,
Yeah.
then display pass. Suppose if the first column value is matching but second column value is not matching, then display fail. Suppose first column itself not matching for in all the rows, then this
Hmm.
condition will be executed. Understand? Then we are
Okay.
displaying that
Okay.
that
Okay.
course name is not displayed in the table.
Yeah, got it, sir. Everything got it. Why you have taken before while you have taken Boolean false, right, sir? Why you have taken that one? Zero found initially.
No, to
Initially you
to
have
find it,
declared.
to find it whether that row is found or not. To check that whether that whatever the row we are searching for, is it found or not. See, whenever the first column is matching here, here we are setting this variable is true. That means that row is found. Suppose if that row is not found, then this variable value will be always false. See, this variable will be false until that row is found. Are you clear? This variable value will be
Mm-hmm.
false until first column value is matching in any row.
Mm-hmm.
In all the rows, if the first column is not matching, this statement will never be executed. Is it right? In that case, this b row found value
Mm-hmm.
should be false only, because the first column is not matching in all the rows. in the entire table, the course name is not matching with any of the value in the first row, in the first column.
Hmm.
Understand?
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, just you go through this step by step and try to execute this function by writing this code and execute that, and then see that how it is done. You can try execute this function with the different values, with the different course
Hmm.
names and with the different course durations, with incorrect course name, with incorrect course duration. Then see the result how it is displaying. Then you can try to understand. Hmm?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, go in. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow.
Hmm. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.